Howdy, everybody. I'm Susan with Two Chicks with Hiking Sticks.
I'm Monica. I'm also with Two Chicks with Hiking
What?
Sticks. Yes, I know.
What? The two of us are two chicks?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Pretty doggone exciting, if you ask me. So we are Two Chicks with Hiking Sticks, and we highlight and cover things that are historically or culturally or naturally important in our world.
Yes. We would really appreciate it if you've been hanging out with us and enjoying our content. If you would like or subscribe or share or comment. If you want to get notified when we put new episodes out every Thursday at 10 a.m., you can also click the notification tab. And
you know what?
We've got merch.
Hold it. What? What is this we see?
That's right. We got merch, stickers.
Yeah, we got stuff if you want to be part of our group.
Yeah, we're gonna the link is actually in our YouTube description, and we're gonna post a link in this video.
And we'll have honorary chicks.
Yes, that's right. Everybody can be a chick.
Everybody here's a chick, there a chick, everywhere a chick.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I wasn't going that far, but let's go. Yeah.
Then I started thinking about McDonald's, and I was telling my sister, just as a quick aside, danger has happened in my neighborhood. Danger, I tell you.
Oh.
Because I am one to love McDonald's, as one can tell. And I am not shy about that. I'm not shy about saying I like McDonald's a lot. I can get to McDonald's, order, come home, all within 20 minutes now.
Oh. Okay.
It's bad news.
That's bad.
It's like right down the road.
Is it new?
Yeah, it's new. And it's only a drive-through. You can't go in and eat.
Really?
It's only a drive-through. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one
those
of those
are new,
ones.
huh?
Yeah. The Cosmics that they had over here has now closed, but they used to have one of those over here too.
That's just the coffee place?
Yeah, that's just it. Is that it was kind of a drink place. It did some breakfast things, but it never did business, and so it eventually closed.
I didn't even know we had one in San Antonio.
Yeah, I think they closed them all. But anyhow, we are not sponsored by McDonald's. Although
no, but if you want to sponsor us, McDonald's, we'll eat.
I'll eat my sausage egg McGriddle. I love it.
I like the breakfasts. I don't really care for the... Occasionally, I do like a Big Mac. No onions, please.
I'm a quarter pounder with cheese girl.
Yeah, no, they're okay. And of course, the McRib. Got to get a McRib. Yeah,
No.
Stop. The McRibs are good. Okay, we digress.
We way digressed. Okay, so we are two chicks, and so today, we talk about how we like to cover things that are both at the national level, things that are at state levels, and even county or, cultural things for the area that we live in or around wherever we're traveling. And today is one of our state parks here in Texas, and it is Pedernales Falls State Park.
Okay, so she just pointed out to me that it is spelled Peter, P-E-D-E-R, Pedernales, but I don't know anybody in Texas that pronounces it Pedernales. We all say Pedernales.
Okay, well, that's pert darn long.
It's Pedernales, doggone it.
Yeah, it's Pedernales, and only because there are streets by me that are maybe named Pedernales, and so you're reminded every time you look at how it's spelled that it's spelled Pedernales.
Okay.
I know, but Texas, we have that twang thing going on sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
That's Pedernales.
It is Pedernales.
So anyhow, this is a state park here in Texas, and y'all might have heard anything about it.
Burn it.
Yeah, burn it.
Burn it. If you live in Burnett, you know what I'm talking about. You live in Burnett, Texas. But my mom went to Burnett Elementary.
Was it in Burnett?
No, it was here in San Antonio.
Oh.
Burnett. I'm sorry, I'm digressing. Burnett?
Well, first I was wondering why you were saying that, because this state park is just maybe 30 miles west of
It is in Burnett,
Austin.
Texas. Yeah, it's near Burnett, Texas.
Yeah, so it's north of San Antonio, west of Austin, and it is a state park. Now, it has been in the news somewhat. Y'all may have heard about the flooding that had been here in Texas a few months back. And when it rains, Pedernales Falls has a lot of water that rushes through it, because it's a limestone kind of place. Water really does tear through that place.
Is that in the aquifer area? It is, isn't it?
It's 30 miles west of Austin. I don't know if it is. It probably is, because it's in our hill country.
Yeah, it's such a large... In case you don't know, sorry, this is a small aside, but in case you don't know, the San Antonio, Austin area has a huge aquifer area that is a limestone filtering system, basically. In the rain, when we do get rain, all the water is collected in there, and that's what we use for water.
Yeah, that's our fresh water.
That is our fresh water system. So when we don't get rain, then we start rationing, and it's bad.
So there are actual several aquifers around San Antonio area, but the Edwards Aquifer is the one that we commonly talk about. But anyhow, but this place is really significant because with the floodings that happen, anytime there is heavy rain in the central part of Texas, you get some amazing kind of views out here in at Pedernales Falls. So as I said, now I've been there a few times because it's a great place to go hike, and they've got some. So as I said, I've been there twice, a couple times. Yeah, the first time I went, it was light raining. It was light raining.
Okay.
You know, not big deal. You
Right.
know, it was okay because I hike in the rain. I'm good with that as long as you got the right gear. You can hike in the rain, and it wasn't thundering. It was just that rain.
Right.
So got on the hike, and you can get out on this hike. It's not very long, maybe a mile and a half or something. You can get down to where there's kind of like an overview of where the falls kind of go. And it's not like a drop off like Niagara Falls.
Right.
It's kind of like a meandering drop a few feet, and kind of go through, and water kind of rushes around and stuff. And you can actually get out on the rocks. And I think that's what makes it kind of a really cool place to recreate. So, so I'd gone there and went out. We were walking around and stuff and taking pictures and all. And there's just some beautiful places to take some pictures. And I'll share some of those on here. Because not only is it nice to get a hike in, but to be able to walk out on the rocks, be near where that water is, see where the water is carving through the rocks, or see the trickles of water that make this beautiful blue-green color of moss that's in the water. I don't know, is it moss that's in the water? Algae, right?
Yeah.
The algae that's in the water. I mean, it's really cool to take that in from a beauty perspective. But because it was rainy, we just kind of did that initial, what?
And slippery.
Well, yeah, if you're on that. But I didn't walk on the algae because I figured that was precious.
Well, yeah.
We don't want to.
No, you don't want to touch it, but there are swimming holes and swimming pools where, you just have to be careful when you're stepping on rocks in those areas. Because
when the water is coming over some of the limestone drops that they have, you have to be really careful there. But when I had gone while it was raining, it wasn't like a heavy rain, so it wasn't really dripping over all these sides and all, but there were pots of the water. And then there were places where water was kind of rushing from other sources and places. But here's the cool thing, is that when you kind of walk out to this overview where you see this kind of, rushing down of water, there's like a wall. It's like a rock wall, like a cliff. You just know that that's the boundary of the park because this park used to be ranch land.
Yes.
It was the Circle Bar Ranch that... I mean, again, I am so thankful to the people who are willing to give up their land.
Yep.
And Texas purchased the land. I think it was in 1970 and 1971 is when it opened to the public because they really wanted to preserve this limestone area and these falls and this beautiful spot.
Yeah. We've talked about this before in earlier episodes, how Texas state parks really were dependent on ranchers and landowners to donate some of their land for the use of Texas and visitors, Texas residents and visitors that come here and can appreciate the diverse ecological areas that we have here in Texas.
Yeah, and I know I had friends from Canada come down, my Nova Scotian friends, trying to explain the different zones of Texas because they are really different. So and it just takes so long to get around Texas, right? But, you've got the beach kind of area, you've got East Texas, piney woods, you've got, the dry West Texas.
Deserts,
and then you've
mountains.
Got this central area that is kind of like the hill country.
And then the plains.
Oh, yeah, the plains up north. You could spend a lot of time here.
Have I shared this poem?
Oh, there's a poem.
My favorite Texas poem, when you're traveling through Texas.
Ode to Texas.
The sun is riz, the sun is set, and here I is in Texas yet. Yep.
Where does that come from?
I don't know. I learned it a long time ago, but it's true. It's true. Can you remember when speed limit was 55 miles an hour? Oh my God. You'd never get out of Texas. It would take you 2 days.
It would take 10, 11 hours to get from San Antonio to El Paso.
Yeah. But now,
Oh.
Once you're on I-10, there's a certain spot where you hit 80 miles an hour and you're out of here. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I
sorry.
like that too. Anyhow, so Pedernales Falls. So that was like the first time I had gone. So then I went back again and did that same little hike. And then I was with a group of people because we were prepping for a trip to do the Mighty Five in Utah. So that's, where Zion and Bryce and Capitol Reef, all those are. So we were prepping here. Now, let me just tell you, I think it was the end of August that we went. Yeah. Did I mention I don't like the heat? Did I mention that
I think
anywhere?
we all know that you don't like the heat, Susan.
Well, and I really like to go by the idea of being responsible and not rescued as, as being a hiker who hikes fairly often. Well, so we did this other hike, and it was near where the hike was that you get out to that overview where you can see kind of the falls and everything, and you can kind of walk out on the rocks and stuff. But it was kind of near there, and I can't remember how long it was, and if I can remember, we'll put it up. But, started on that hike, got probably 3/4 of the way, and I was literally dying. I mean, it was hot. I had my hat, I had my little cool rag on me. I mean, I had my water, but I was literally dying. Like, I was not going to be able to finish that hike. I mean, I was glad that I was with a group of, I don't know, there's probably 5 of us, maybe 5 or 6 of us, I can't remember, but 5 or 6 of us, that some people went ahead to go get help because I could not finish that, me and somebody else. So it wasn't just me, it was somebody else. Because of the heat, we had to stop.
It's really, really easy to underestimate, because you're thinking to yourself, I've got water, I've got a hat, I've got cooling towels,
rags, yep.
blah, blah, blah. In this heat, that makes no difference whatsoever.
And it was shaded.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like we were out in the full bore sun. I mean, there were, parts of the trail
Sure.
that maybe hit the sun, but then you went back into shade. But it was just stifling hot.
Mm-hmm.
I literally, I couldn't make it. I just knew I couldn't make it any further, farther. And so someone on our group went ahead to go get us help, and then they came with the truck and came and picked us up.
Yeah. See, and that's why I know we've talked about this also. Some of us are solo hikers. We're used to hiking solo, and we do our best to prep and foresee any issues that we may have while we're hiking. But you really can't prepare for everything, and that's, unfortunately in the summer we see this over and over and over again. Hikers that are deceptively confident. They're athletes, they're seasoned hikers, and they're hitting a new trail maybe that they don't know out in the middle of Arizona, and they're like, oh, we're going to get done before the heat starts.
Yeah.
You've got to be cognizant of all that stuff.
The other thing I would say, too, is that, and I know for me it was that I was part of a group, so I felt like I needed to go. They were going. I needed
Right.
to do this trail. And while I knew that, we had eaten lunch before we had come, so it was like that was more than I would have normally have eaten before I would hike a longer hike. So I should have listened to myself more. That coupled with being heavy full, and I think we had sandwiches or whatever at like Jason's Deli or someplace, but coupling that with the heat, there was just no amount of cool I could get my body to.
Yeah.
And so it's like, instead of risking it, you go get help. And so I was thankful I was at least with people that could then go get us help while we just kind of sat under a tree and, kind of waited for that help to come. But we were closer to the end, but it's like, I didn't want to die. But even as prepared as I was, with my sticks, with my cooling rag, with the hat, with everything that I needed to have, it was like my body just was not going to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was my second time at Pedernales. But I will say it was a really nice hike, though, up to the point that I just couldn't do it any longer. So they've got hikes that are good because there are shaded hikes that you can take advantage of, but I would just still caution you about the heat because it'll just knock you on your butt.
Yeah, here in Central Texas, this is not the hiking season. Summer is not the hiking season. Every other part of the year, pretty much, is a good time to hike.
Yeah.
Not the summer.
Yeah. But I would recommend going out to this park if you're somewhere around here in the central part of Texas. It's a really pretty park. Again, pretty trees, pretty views, and
Lots of hiking trails.
lots of hiking trails. And then if you have time just to kind of wander around on the rocks out there, it's really cool. We also did a trail down to the Twin Falls. It really depends on whether or not it's rained.
Right, right.
They weren't really falls. I think I might have a picture. They were more like trickles.
That's kind of like McKinney Falls outside of Austin. If the rain has been good, the falls are gorgeous.
Yeah.
If we haven't had any rain, don't be taking the trail just to see the falls. Okay, you're taking the trail to take the trail, not to see the falls.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so Twin Falls, yeah, you really want to maybe talk to the rangers ahead of time to say.
And that's a short hike, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a relatively
Yeah.
short hike because it's kind of coming off of, I want to say coming off of the one when you're coming back from the overview one. Yeah, it's not that long and you kind of go down some stairs and walk a little bit, what have you. But when you get down to the bottom, you're like, where are the falls?
I will say Pedernales also has some trails that aren't what I would call difficult, but because the terrain is what's the word I'm thinking of?
Uneven?
Not just uneven. There is elevation, and it's fast. It's not a gradual elevation.
it's steep?
You're gonna go up pretty quickly, and that's what makes a lot of these hikes here difficult.
Yeah.
But if you're prepared for that,
Yeah.
there's a lot of hikes at Pedernales.
Yeah, there are a lot of hikes there. But yeah, I would say the initial down to that overview area is pretty flat and smooth, and because that's a common one that everybody takes. But the other ones, there are lots of rocks and roots and things.
Yeah, and some of the trails, there are some trails that are strictly for horses,
That's right.
and then there are some that you will share the trail with hikers, horses, and I believe bicycles, mountain biking.
Ooh,
And
I don't know.
I think
Maybe.
I could be
They
wrong.
have signage, which really helps. So
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
But yeah, so it is. It's a pretty cool place. I mean, and they have dating way back the indigenous folks that live there. There are signs that there have been people that have lived here in this area for a long time because there's a German
Okay.
German influence in the area. There are signs of that as well. So.
I'm trying to think west. I guess it kind of is that area, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Fredericksburg.
Near Fredericksburg,
Kind of
yeah.
that area. But yeah, so they talk about the Tonkawa and the
Yes.
Comanche Indian.
Okay, I remember
Indians.
reading about the Tonkawa, yeah.
Yeah, that were all in that area. So again, I'm thankful for someone who's willing to sell, and it's like 5,200 acres.
Yeah, it's huge.
So
Well,
it's not small.
Not huge. It's a pretty good sized park.
Yeah, it's not small. So that's what gives you so many opportunities to go out there and hike and just take it all in and then appreciate that there were lots of people that lived here long before we ever did.
Camping. There's camping too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's just a nice, it really is a nice getaway. It's always amazing to me that you can drive 30 minutes outside of a major city and find yourself in a beautiful state park usually that seems like it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, Inks Lake is out in that area, in that general area.
Inks Lake is really nice.
Inks Lake is wonderful. You've got Pedernales,
Better known as Pedernales.
Pedernales. And what there's the caves there in Burnett.
Lehman. Oh no, not Lehman's Case.
No.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
mhm.
I can't. Cascade Caverns. Cascade Caverns.
maybe
I
Cascade,
think
yeah.
in Bernie. There's all kinds of stuff to do in that general area. I mean, you could make a vacation easily.
Oh yeah.
Put yourself in the center of all that Fredericksburg. You know, it's just there's a lot to do in that area. And if you're into hiking and just into
yeah.
nature, these are some perfect places to go
Yeah.
in the fall or the early spring.
Oh, the fall
or
is
winter.
really pretty out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They do have. We do actually have trees that change color in the falls.
Yes, we
It's much later in the fall because
Yeah.
it doesn't get cool here for very long. But
lost maples. Maybe in the fall we'll take a trip out
yeah,
there.
that's a good one.
and go show y'all. When not when the 10,000 people are there on the weekend to look at the one tree turning, because that's what we do here in Texas. Oh, there's the one tree that's turning. Let's go
Everybody
look at
take a
it.
picture.
Everybody, quick, take a picture, and then everybody leaves.
I know, right? So what we needed to see came peace out, but yeah,
That's
you have
right.
to have reservations to go with
Yeah,
that.
to do now,
go to
yeah.
Lost Maples, yeah.
Lost
but,
Maples.
But yeah, so yeah, important. I always think whenever we talk about these places, talk about the indigenous folks that were here, like I said, the Germans and the Anglo settlers that were out in this area that were doing farms and doing ranches, and then of course Circle Bar Ranch was what was here that was then purchased by Texas to make it this state park. And when it is prone to flash flooding, so you don't want to go after a big heavy rainstorm, but if you've gone after whenever it's rained here in central Texas, you really do get to see some pretty flowing water, and just the water kind of rushing around the rocks and stuff is pretty cool.
Great hikes. I keep going back to that. I mean, if you're watching this to get ideas on where to hike because you're a nature person,
Yeah.
that's a great place to go.
Highly recommend.
Yeah.
But don't do it on a full stomach and don't do it when it's really hot.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, well, that pretty much covers Pedernales Falls State.
Pedernales Falls State Park.
Pedernales
Pedernales.
Falls.
You're not a native Texan.
That's true, actually.
Okay, Pedernales.
I am not native Texan. So anyhow,
But you got here as quickly as you could.
it took me 4 years of my life to get here. Okay, so that's pretty much what we have for Pedernales, and so hopefully you've enjoyed that, learned something a little bit about another place here in Texas that you can go.
Yeah.
And again, we hope that you've liked us and you will subscribe to us and that you will like us and get notifications.
And share.
Share with your friends.
And buy some merch.
buy some merch.
some
I mean,
merch.
because check out this T-shirt. It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. We got lots of different sayings on the back.
Yes, we do.
Some of them you will recognize. Hopefully you'll recognize all of them.
Yes, because we have said them a time or two.
Because we have said them a time or two.
All right. Well, until next time, then I would say
Hike your own hike.
and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.